4, 3, take camera one, go.
And now joining us is Matai from Vallejo. Let's welcome him to the show. Well, for the people that don't know you out there, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm a Bay Area product. I'm up and coming R&B vocals as well as an act. I've been doing it for quite some time. But,
So what got you started in music?
I come from a family full of musicians. My father was a musician, so growing up I traveled in whatever show it was, whether it was a bar or a club or concert hall. So looking at life, I automatically fell into it.
Okay, so discovered your passion early.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so how did you actually go about getting started in the entertainment industry?
I would always pick up like the new hot record. Basically mixtapes. Like back in the day, when I was like 9 or 10 or whatnot, listening to up and coming rappers at that point.
Okay.
And I wanted to anything like that. So I'm going to start with that.
Awesome. So who are some of your biggest musical influences?
I would have to say my number one influence is, I know people are going crazy, but Prince is my number one artist. Followed by Michael Jackson, not because he passed, but he was really good artist. Prince is really good, but I kind of inspired to be without the hot pants, you know what I mean? But it was Prince.
So were you affected by the death of Michael Jackson?
I was. I still can't believe that he's gone, to this day, and it's sad. I think that the world didn't appreciate it when we had him.
Yeah.
But now that he's gone, we didn't realize what we had.
Yeah. So I understand you put out a few albums in Japan. What was this experience like for you?
It's been wonderful. It's wonderful. Like I said, growing up out here, it was hard to get that attention, and build a fan base. But to have another country that isn't mine appreciate your music, and have fans email you constantly, and just want to get to know who you are. It's amazing. It's an amazing experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything at this point.
Have you actually traveled back and forth to Japan?
We got to go one time.
Okay.
It was amazing, and to see a bunch of people sing your music. A lot of them don't speak your language, but to know your song and sing along with you, that's amazing.
I bet it is. So you recently put out a single for a music video called Not of This World. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what made you decide to choose that as your song?
Well, it's kind of my transition into the gospel. I'm marking now. I've been a quote-unquote secular artist this entire time, but I just kind of felt that it was time to give some thanks back to the Lord. So I kind of switch my angle there. And Not of This World is the first single off of this upcoming album. And it's basically explaining what I've gone through in my life, and because of him, him being not of this world.
Yeah.
That's why I'm able to still be here today doing what I'm doing.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at that music video right now.
Fade to black. Perfect. And let's stop capture on that.
So for those of you who didn't know, Matai is also an actor. And what did make you decide to start a career in acting?
As a kid, I think everybody wants to go on the screen one day. And I was always a dork growing up, and I started off basically shooting little short films with my friends, and back in 2003, I had a friend who was in a play in production of Fences, and I went to go watch him, and it's just something that went on. I've always had music, but that was just something I wanted to add to it. And from then on, 2003, I got into an actor's training program, graduated that, got my degree, so I just been pursuing as much as I do music.
That's awesome. Have you discovered any differences in between doing film acting or live on Broadway?
I haven't been live on Broadway, not
Broadway,
yet.
off Broadway?
Yeah, there's a humongous difference. Theater is live. There is no stop and go.
Yeah.
You either know it or you don't. And with film, of course, you get the opportunity to cut it in the point that you mess up. And I think that's the beauty of being on stage. Theater is that it's a rush.
Okay.
They're definitely different.
Yeah, definitely. So if we had to compare the art of music with the art of acting, how would you make that comparison?
I, in my opinion, don't believe that they're any different from each other. The reason for that is that, music, you're a writer. You're telling a story, you know, and you're vocally acting it out, you know, and
Camera one, let's go to Matai.
I've never saw a difference in that. I think being an actor has actually helped my music even more.
Okay.
Just tell them what kind of shot, like medium.
Well, have you ever decided to combine the two arts?
I have, I do. I think that, you know, that's musical theater. That's how we do musical theater. Such as the production I'm in now. I did a production of Rent in January. I'm actually doing this one right now. But I'm given the opportunity to put the two together. And I can know exactly what you're saying. So.
Let's take camera one.
I imagine the
Camera two,
preparation
let's
for an
do that a
audition
little bit.
must be hard. So, are there any pointers for upcoming actors that you can give when they go on auditions?
Well, I used to be spooked the first couple of times, you know, and I think as long as you breathe, the worst that can happen is they say no, you know, but you're still alive and you go on to the next one, and you can't be afraid, you know. Auditions are picked up from the get-go. If they see that, then you're pretty much blowing your opportunity. You know, if you want it bad enough, then you're prepared for it. You're prepared for it well enough before you go in there, and I say take your time, know your part, you know, and don't be fake. You know, be real, you know, and that's what audition is like. You know, anytime that I do something and I'm auditioning somebody, I love to see the realness. I don't see anything fake, you know, because, you know, that's just been a process. But yeah, I say please take your time and know your material.
That's great advice. So what projects have you been a part of in the past, and do you have any more projects coming up in the future?
As far as film goes, I was blessed with the opportunity to be on Trauma. I played Amy Garcia's brother in one of the episodes. Of course, you have to pause it to see me, unfortunately. No. No. It was a fun experience, though, you know, and it's something I definitely want to continue to do. I've done a ton of short films, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like I said, in theater, I'm doing that. So after I finish this production of it from Fairfield College, I go off to do it in Hollywood. And I'm right on. And that's been a blessing. As far as music goes, I have the gospel project that's coming out, as well as a mixtape, which is on the mixtape, October 1st. So I'll plug the information for that too.
Okay, well, I have a very difficult question to ask you. If you were able to only choose one, would you be a musician or would you be an actor?
Take camera one.
I would hate to be in a position to have to choose either one of the two, but if I had to, it would definitely be music. Music is my first love, and I would never divorce it.
Never. Okay, so I'm sure everyone at home can relate to this question I'm about to ask. How do you feel President Obama has done since being in office?
I think he's done well. You know, I think that he can only do so much within a year. You know, and the expectation, you know, of our nation is just too much on him. You know, you've got to give him time. He was left with the mess that he has to clean up, and I think gradually, or slowly but surely, he'll get there. You know, I think he's a great man. You know, definitely a role model for a lot of youth.
Definitely. So do you want to leave the folks at home with any outside projects or websites they can reach you at where you can be found?
Definitely. I gave in, jumped on the Facebook like everybody else, so you can find me. You have to type in, I'm not sure how to plug this, but it's ORIOLRIVERA, so it's facebook.com/Oriol Rivera. Or even my MySpace. I still use MySpace. I think people still should. But that's RNBAY and the number 1.
Okay. Well, that's it for today, and we'll see you next time. That's it for today.